Howdy folks, and welcome back to Cooking with Emma. Today we'll be making apple pie. So First Case Ontario, we're going to make the pie crust, and for this we'll consult our handy dandy notebook to find our ingredients. We're going to need flour, vegetable oil, milk, 1 egg, sugar, and salt. Step 1, collect the ingredients. Step 2 is collect your cups and things. At my stain, I totally am. For this recipe, we're gonna double all the ingredients because I have an ungodly amount of apples, and they all have to go into pies or they're gonna go bad and waste not, want not. Alrighty. So for the crust, we're gonna need 4.5 cups of flour because we're doubling it. Who said arts majors can't do math? Suck it, STEM department. That was 3. Crap. Can't do math. So step 3 is realize all your ingredients are not going to fit in here. So put them in a bigger bowl. I could have made a Jaws meme out of that. Hang on for a Jaws meme. He needs some milk. Anyway, step 3 is we need some milk. Or for all you non-Buffalonians, some milk. Just kidding. If I ever say it milk again, please come to my house and arrest me. Thank you. So we need 2/3 of a cup of milk because we are doubling. Step 5 is vegetables. Put 1 cup of vegetable. Ooh, that's too much. That's fine. Measuring is not a science. It's an art form. So just creative expression, but you have to still look at the meniscus because your middle school science teachers would be really disappointed in you if you didn't. Step 3 is pour this in the vat. Wicked. Now this may seem too simple, and in that case I'm going to tell you, you're right, it is. It's a really simple pie crust. It's really great. I don't know where the recipe originally came from. That's fine. So anyway, crack 2 eggs in there, and you got step 5 all done. This is an easy oil pie crust. I really like it. My mom and my grandma make this, and now I make this. And now you make this. Welcome aboard. So after you get all those in there, you're just going to need a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar. That's probably enough. And then we're going to get some salt up in here. Damn. Just kidding, that's not enough salt. You need even parts of salt and sugar. But after you get that all good and done, you're ready to mix it because that's all the ingredients for the pie crust. So then take a minute and stir it up real good for step 7. Step 8. For the step, stir it like it's a nice bowl of M&M Peep chili. And you just can't wait to serve it. So the next step is to cover your bowl with plastic wrap or something, whatever kind of wrap you got. Cover it up and stick it in the fridge for 15 minutes. And we're going to use that time to do the apples. Actually, before we do the apples, we have to do a very important step called clean up as you go. Because you don't want to do it later when you get home from work because you're going to be tired and just want to go to bed. So, step 8 is get all your apples. You're going to want a nice sweet red choice of apple, and you're also going to want like a little bit of a sour little tart little action. That's why we've got red Empires and green Granny Smiths. Step 4. This step is probably only if you want to save your apple skins and eat them, which is probably what I'm going to do because again, waste to not, want not. But anyway, the step is take all your apples that you're going to use, which is probably, for one pie you're going to, oh no! Oh, hang on. That's fine, because we're gonna wash them anyway. So you gotta wash them, because you don't want to get pesticides on your apples, in your stomach, in your pie. That's how they kill birds. So once you get all your apples all nice and washed, you can stack them up, put them on your cutting board, because you're gonna need about 6 of each kind of apple. Since we're making 2 pies, they recommend that you have like 6 or 7 apples per pie. My pie tins are a little bit small. That's okay. Size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it that counts, as I like to say on this here show. But this knife is too big. That is something I will say. This is a large knife. But I don't have a smaller knife and I don't have a sharper knife. So step 5 is take a second and lament the cumbersomeness of this knife. All right, step 4 is peel your apples. Important side note, make sure you twist the stems off your apples and you'll find out who your true love is. A, B, C. I can't believe I'm gonna marry Count Chocula. It's a dream come true. Step 3 is apologize to your audience for not being as funny as you were when you were 15 and you started doing these because you thought it'd be a good idea. Sorry, guys. Hey, come here often. So after you spend an obscene amount of time peeling apples, we're gonna cut them. And so you're gonna cut them in 2. You're gonna cut the sides off of each apple so you have the core left. You toss that or save it, whatever you wanna do with it. Slice the wedges and then cut those slices in half. So you're gonna have pieces about this big and probably that thick. And those are what you're gonna toss in a bowl for your pies. Alrighty, so now that that laborious task is over and we have 2 batches of apples ready for 2 pies, we have to season them. And this part is gonna seem gross, but it's I promise you, it's gonna be great. Just, you need a lot of sugar. I'm not a really big fan of measuring out for this part because, you know, every apple tastes different. Everyone has different preferences for the way they like their pies. So I'm just gonna put some white sugar on those, put some brown sugar on those. Ow. Ow. That's fine. I'm gonna use this to scoop it just because this is like kinetic sand up in here. But we're gonna start off with maybe probably less than a half a cup of each for each batch, which has about, I think they both have 6.5, 7 apples. So as a continuation of step 3, we have to put butter in there as well. I'm gonna take a little bit of a pat of butter, put it in there, and cinnamon. Quite some cinnamon in these apples. So first of all, we're listening to the Killers now, who slap, bang, kill them. Get it. Love the Killers. Second of all, rest of step 4 is to keep stirring your apples. I had to add a little bit more sugar, brown sugar to the blue bowl. This one seemed fine. It needed more cinnamon. They both needed more cinnamon. And also a little bit of flour to hold it all together or something like that. I don't really know. I'm not a baker. I'm just a liar. I'm just faking it till I bake it. So the apples are done. Look at that. Which means it's time to take the crust out of the fridge. So while I was in there chilling, should have got hard enough to roll it out, baby. Step 7 is take all your apple stuff and move them somewhere else. And then, because we're gonna need to have a counter space so we can roll this dough out. So just take everything and push it somewhere else. Step 3 is check your posture and make sure your shoulders don't stoop forward anymore because spinal health. Am I right, ladies? Step 3 is put some flour on your counter so the dough doesn't stick to it when you roll it out. And just make sure everything's evenly coated, and you probably have too much there, so put the rest to the side. Step 9 is take about a quarter of the dough and just put it on the counter. And adjust your angle so your viewers can see. And then take a little bit of extra flour and put it on your rolling pin, because we don't want anything to stick. Start rolling that baby out. So after you get your pie crust in your tins, and then you trim the edges a little bit, you're going to want to preheat your oven. So let's get that going. For the first 15 minutes you bake the pies, you're going to want to do it at 400 degrees. So preheat it to 400. We're going to pop these apple fillings in there. So step 3, fill the pies, is complete. Now we're going to roll out some tops for them. All right, all done. Pies are ready to go in the oven. You have to cover the crusts with a layer of tin foil because this first round of baking, they go in at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's really heckin' hot for all my Celsius folks. Pop them in there. They're gonna go in here for about 15 minutes. Last week when I tried to bake pies, they were too juicy and they leaked and almost started a fire in my apartment, which was a really cute time for me. So I'm gonna keep an extra careful eye on these. So now we're back to step 3, which is clean off all your surfaces that you used and then do all your dishes. Because cleanliness. 15 minutes is up, so we're switching the temperature to 375. And we're gonna wanna take, first we're gonna wanna not get our hair singed off by that heat blast. And then we're just gonna take these friendly little dudes off. Again, I don't really know why those go there, but my mom told me to make sure you put them there. So, fun little side note, aluminum is a really, really hard to access resource when they mine it, because they mine so much that the mine workers have to go so deep, and it's very, very dangerous. So make sure you are recycling your foils. Step 4 is set a new timer. We're gonna set this one for an hour. It just cooked for 15 minutes on high heat. So at the decreased heat of 375, we're gonna leave it for an hour, but make sure you're checking in. My pies are kind of small, so they'll probably be done sooner, and I will know based on using my eyesight and my powers of deductive reasoning. Step 3 is realize that your pies are on fire again. And intervene. I don't know how to do that. Hack. Step 4 is open all the windows in your apartment and turn a fan on even though it's snowing, because holy shit. Step 3 is turn off the oven and continue opening windows. Step 5 is take the pies out of the oven and hope it stops smoking soon, because it's terrible. Those actually look pretty done though. I'm gonna say those are done. Thanks for watching Cooking with Emma. Check back in a few minutes to see how this clears up. Literally. See, that was a joke about how my apartment's filled with smoke again, and that I hope it clears up. Well, there you have it, folks. My oven's clean, my pies are done, and my apartment is smoke-free. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this one is a success. Thank you for tuning in to Cooking with Emma. See you next time.